Hi guys, welcome back to the final episode of Chernobyl. It's episode 5 of season 1. Vinchnaya Pamyat. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation of that, but I'm not sure what that means. But this is definitely the conclusion of the events of Chernobyl in 1986 and events leading up to possibly 1988 when we see the starting of the first episode. And yeah, I mean, let's just dive right in and see what happens in this episode. But if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks so much for joining. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and let me know down in the comments what I should watch next. And let me know what other, I hope, happy TV shows that you would like to recommend me to watch, because I think I can catch a little bit of a break with the style of choices that I have in terms of TV shows. It's been hurting me from the very core. Yes, it is very essential to like know these facts. It's just once in a while, like a Teletubby styles would not hurt me, like I would enjoy it. So if there is something that you guys think that I should keep an eye out or I should check out, let me know down in the comments. But let's not wait any further. Let's get right into the final episode of Chernobyl, and hopefully they do the right thing and they expose this entire unfortunate, disaster. I love the direction of, like, just to end with, like, see, like, just to show the normalcy of this lovely, beautiful place and what a normal life looks like. It used to look like. Oh my god, is that the guy from the first two episodes? Oh my god, that's the husband. Oh god. Oh, I think this is the day before everything went to shit.
With your approval, we're ready to continue lowering power to...
You have to wait.
Are
you going to ask me if there's a problem, Nikolai? You can't read a fucking face. 3 years I've tried to finish this test. 3 years. I've just had a call from the grid controller in Kiev. He says we can't lower power any further, not for another 10 hours.
The grid controller? Where does he get off
It's
telling
not
us?
the grid controller's decision, Diatlov.
If we need to wait 10 hours, we wait.
Running half power, we're not going to have stability issues.
No, I should think...
I'm not asking you.
We'll maintain at 1600. I'll go home, get some sleep, come back tonight. We'll proceed then. I'll personally supervise the test, and it will be completed.
You went to the doctor yesterday. How is your health?
You don't know?
Good question. Oh, he's that guy. Okay. He's head of something, no?
The West is now satisfied that Chernobyl was solely the result of operator error.
Unreal. So he lied.
We have you to thank for that, and we intend to.
Hero of the Soviet Union. Comrade Charkov, I understand my duty to the state. You gave us assurances. The reactors would be made safe. It's been months. No changes have been made. No changes even discussed.
First, the trial. Once it's over, we will have our villains. We will have our hero. We will have our truth.
How pathetic.
After that, we can deal with the reactors.
Pathetic. First yourselves, then the rest of the innocent citizens, and the animals. I could see this is see. I hate it. This is why I prefer animals to humans. So he didn't tell everything in Vienna, and that's why he documented it in the tape. Gotcha. What's happening?
I know how the world works, despite what Shavina says.
So, why are you here?
Because I'm brutally stubborn, which you were hoping for. The state will never willingly fix the reactors, because acknowledging the problem means admitting that they lied. They will have to be forced.
Wow! Someone who's direct. Yes, babe.
At the trial, you're going to tell the truth. You're going to convince a jury.
It's a show trial. The jury's already been handed their verdict.
I'm not talking about them.
Do you know what happened to Volkov, the man whose report you found?
What happened to him?
They just removed him from his position at the Institute. Sacked for the crime of knowing. And you think that these scientists, handpicked to witness a show trial, will somehow be stirred into action by me?
You can try.
Yes,
Why?
because you're Valery Legasov and you mean something.
That's so powerful.
They will shoot me, Khomyuk. I went willingly to an open reactor, so I've already given my life. Isn't that enough?
No, I'm sorry, but it is not.
That is new. He willingly went into an open reactor. That's why his hair. Are they all contaminated? That's how much they use to go to the reactor. Yeah, look. They look all contaminated. It's been fenced up. There was a radiation sign. Okay, so this is definitely full trial day.
It began with, of all things, a safety test. Why was there need for a safety test at all? Reactor number 4 was not new when the accident occurred. Plant director Viktor Brykhanov signed this document, certifying the completion of the construction of the reactor. But the work was not finished. And this document was a lie.
Wow.
A series of pumps here and here sent a constant flow of cooling water through the core. But what if a power plant has no power?
Yeah.
If there's no power, the pumps cannot move water through the core, and without water, the core overheats, the fuel melts down, in short, a nuclear disaster. The solution? 3 diesel fuel backup generators here. Brykhanov knew that the problem was not solved at all. The backup generators took approximately 1 minute to reach the speed required to power the pumps and prevent a meltdown. And by that time, it would be too late.
Damn. Okay.
So we arrive at the safety test. The theory was this. If the facility lost power, the turbine which had been spinning would take some time to slow down and stop. What if you could take the electricity it was still generating and transfer it to the pumps? What if the dying turbine could keep the pumps working long enough to bridge the 60-second gap?
Yeah.
Any questions? But a test is only as good as the men carrying it out.
Say it.
The first time they tried, they failed. The second time they tried, they failed. The third time they tried, they failed. The fourth time they tried was April 26, 1986.
Damn, that was a show right there.
By 2 in the afternoon, the reactor has been lowered by half.
Correct.
From its normal output level of 3,200 megawatts to 1,600 megawatts and is stable and ready to be reduced to its final output level for the test, 700 megawatts. Before they can proceed, there is a phone call. Power grid officials in Kiev say that they cannot afford a further reduction in electricity until after midnight. They are asking for a 10-hour delay. This is the first critical moment, the first link in the chain of disaster. Competent management would have insisted on cancelling the test.
How?
These 3 men allowed it to proceed. There is a shift change.
25-year-old had his whole life ahead of him.
You know the test they're supposed to run, turbine rundown, they tried it last year. They couldn't do it on the day shift, so they've given it to us.
To us? We don't know what...
We'll do it together.
Poor men.
We've been cleared to run the test. 1600, good. Is it too much to ask that you all know what you're doing?
Well,
Yes, absolutely.
I haven't reviewed. We only just found out we're...
There, review it. Or you can just do what I tell you. I think even you, stupid as you are, can manage that.
This is not good.
Shut the fuck up and do your job. Topped and off. Reduce power to 700.
I've never done this with the power so low before.
It's okay, I'm with you.
I want you to imagine that he has been told nothing of his mission into space until the moment that he is on the launch pad. I want you to imagine that all he has is a list of instructions that he has never seen before, some of which have been crossed out. The night shift had not been trained to perform the experiment. They hadn't even been warned it was happening. Leonid Toptunov, the operator responsible for controlling and stabilizing the reactor that night, was all of 25 years old. And his total experience on the job, 4 months.
Comrade Legasov.
Poor guy. We know he doesn't get shot. All we don't know is whether he tells the truth.
As uranium atoms split apart and collide, reactivity goes up. But if you don't balance the reactivity, it never stops rising. So, boron control rods. They reduce reactivity like brakes on a car. If you can't understand how a stalled nuclear reactor could lead to an explosion, I don't blame you. After all, you don't work in the control room of a nuclear power plant. But as it turned out, the men who didn't understand it either.
Ooh. Yes.
Easy now. Take it down.
10 other men in this plant would have done it already.
My God, you are...
Kirschenbaum, come get me when these old women are ready.
Yes, Comrade Dyatlov.
What an idiot. Twat. Rot in hell.
Okay, very slow now. Let's ease it down to 700. Whoa, slow.
I didn't move any rods there.
Oh my God.
I'm not even touching it.
Did everything right. I think that maybe the core is poisoned.
Well, if you thought the core was poison, then you didn't do everything right because you're choking my reactor. Get it back up.
I think if we turn off LAC, it may be possible to get more control.
Do it, go.
LAC disabled, global control activated.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
What did you do?
What did you do? You heard.
We have to shut down, wait 24 hours.
No, we're doing the test tonight. Raise power to 700.
Oh, you dick.
I apologize, but what you're saying makes no sense.
Raise the power.
No. I won't do it. It isn't safe.
Good man, but unfortunately it came short with this idiot present.
See, if I say it's safe, and if the two of you disagree, then you don't have to work here, and you won't. I think you know I will see to it.
I wish they...
Raise the power.
I wish they left.
I would like you to record your command.
Raise the power.
Together then.
I wasn't even there.
Ha!
I wasn't in the room when they raised the power.
Liar.
If you weren't in the room, then where were you?
The toilet.
Oh, liar, liar.
Court is now in recess, 30 minutes.
God, this guy is getting the... Oh, please.
No one ever thinks it's going to happen to them. And here we are.
How much time?
Maybe a year. They call it a long illness. It doesn't seem very long to me. I know you told me and I believed you.
Yeah.
But time passed and I thought it wouldn't happen to me.
Yeah.
When they told me they were putting me in charge of the cleanup, and they said it wasn't serious, I believed them. You know why?
Why?
Because they put you in charge.
Wow.
I'm an inconsequential man, Valera. That's all I've ever been.
You've done so much for us.
I hoped that one day I would matter, but I didn't. I just stood next to people who did.
Oh, fuck.
There are other scientists like me. Any one of them could have done what I did. But you...
You made it happen.
Everything we needed.
You got it.
Men, material, lunar rovers. Who else could have done these things? Of all the ministers and all the deputies, the entire congregation of obedient fools, they mistakenly sent the one good man. God's sakes, Boris. You were the one who mattered most.
My God. That. Every life matters and you did so much. That will turn into a butterfly one day.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That scene needed to happen, I think.
Comrade Legasov.
Did they discuss something saying that be open and honest, reveal everything, doesn't matter, we're already dead anyway?
The time is 38 past midnight. The operators of Reactor 4 are locked on a path that leads directly to disaster. They do not yet know it, but the die is cast. At 30 megawatts, xenon is still being created, but none of it is burning away. The reactor isn't hot enough, to produce sufficient steam. The only way to safely raise power from this state is to do it very, very slowly over the course of 24 hours.
Which he suggested.
They begin pulling control rods out, dozens at a time, halfway out, 3/4 of the way out. Still, the power does not budge. So they begin pulling them all the way out. The only thing keeping the reactor in check is water and xenon.
So it is at least at 200. It's not even increasing.
Switch on pump 4.
Oh, wait a second.
Steliachuk.
We have barely enough steam as it is. The turbine is going too slow for the test to deliver any valid results.
enough.
And if we add more water, there will be even
I
less
said
steam.
it's enough. I know what I'm doing. Steliachuk.
Man, I wish they just walked out.
Karavozchenko, reactor section foreman, is in the refueling hall, high above the 1,000-ton steel reactor cover. The computer is recommending that the reactor be shut down.
Well, of course it's saying that. It doesn't know we're running a test.
We did everything right.
Oscillograph on.
I wish they left. The thing is, they died and that idiot still is alive.
With every decision, they have pulled this reactor back like a slingshot, further than anyone has ever pulled. Now the test begins. In less than a second, reactivity increases.
They're not even monitoring it.
The remaining water is quickly converting to steam. A void is being created. There is no fresh water to replace it. Steam increases reactivity, increases heat, increases steam, increases reactivity. The remaining xenon decays away. The power is rising. There's nothing left to stop it.
We have a power surge, Sasha. What did you do?
1:23 and 40 seconds.
Shit, the title of the first episode. The time, 1:23.
Control room of every nuclear reactor in the world, there is a button with one single purpose: scram or instantly shut down the reaction. In Soviet reactors, that button is called AZ5. You press AZ5, all of the control rods insert at once, and the reaction is stopped, dead. But
he's gonna tell.
Legasov's already given it away. He said before there was no way to avoid what was coming. He knows something.
Comrade Yatov.
She knows something. I know what you are, Valery Alexeyevich. You're a liar.
We've heard enough for today. Court will...
I haven't finished. I still have more evidence to give.
It's not necessary. Your testimony is concluded.
We will resume tomorrow.
Let him finish.
They're all risking their lives. Let him finish.
Let him finish.
Wow, look at that. He stood up for him. My man.
Dyatlov broke every rule we have.
Yeah. No, sir.
Did these things believing there was a failsafe. AZ5, a simple button to shut it all down, but in the circumstances he created, there wasn't. The shutdown system had a fatal flaw. Akimov engages AZ5. The fully withdrawn control rods begin moving back into the reactor. These rods are made of boron, which reduces reactivity, but not the tips. The tips are made of graphite, which accelerates reactivity.
Why?
He can't control it. He's asking now.
We don't use properly enriched fuel in our cores. For the same reason, we are the only nation that builds water-cooled, graphite-moderated reactors. It's cheaper.
There it is.
The reaction in the core, which had been rising, skyrockets. Every last molecule of liquid water instantly converts to steam, which expands and ruptures a series of fuel rod channels. The control rods in those channels can move no further. Chernobyl Reactor 4 is now a nuclear bomb. 1:23:42. The steam blows more fuel channels apart. We do not know how high the power went. We only know the final reading. Reactor 4, designed to operate at 3,200 megawatts, went beyond 33,000. 1:23:45, explosion. The chain of disaster is now complete. in the room that night knew the shutdown button could act as a detonator. They didn't know it because it was kept from them.
Comrade Legasov, you're contradicting your own testimony in Vienna.
Wow.
I lied to the world. Not the only one who kept the secrets. There are many who are following orders. Right now, there are 16 reactors in the Soviet Union with the same fatal flaw. 3 of them are still running, less than 20 kilometers away at Chernobyl. Every lie we tell incurs a debt to the truth.
Damn.
Sooner or later, that debt is paid.
Woo! Dialogue is next level. Guess you won't be getting that hero of the state offer anymore there. Good man. And he still recorded it because just in case the ruling is against all the evidence presented. They just needed someone to blame, and Dyatlov was the easy target, even though he was. That's what he said in the start. There are more superior forces at play who deserve worse, and let this happen. You did so good. This Mickey Mouse gives me. Oh, you. Oh, F that. You and your ridiculous sheet of paper.
You were the Communist Party secretary. In that position, you limited the promotion of Jewish scientists.
Yes.
To curry favor with Kremlin officials. You're one of us, Legasov.
No, he's not. Because he was coerced into doing that.
But what I want the most is for you to know that I know. You're not brave. You're not heroic.
Interesting.
You're just a dying man who forgot himself.
I think you're talking about yourself.
Your testimony today will not be accepted by the state. It will not be disseminated in the press. It never happened. You will live, however long you have, but not as a scientist.
That's why he did the tapes.
Other men, lesser men, will receive credit for the things you have done. Your legacy is now their legacy. You'll live long enough to see that. What role did Shubina play in this?
None. He didn't know what I was going to say.
What role did Homyuk play in this?
None.
After all you've said and done today, it would be curious if you chose this moment to lie.
I would think a man of your experience would know a lie when he hears one.
You will remain so immaterial to the world around you that when you finally do die, it will be exceedingly hard to know that you ever lived at all.
Well, long and behold.
If I refuse?
He is here telling his story.
Why worry about something that isn't going to happen?
Why worry about something that isn't going to happen? Oh, that's perfect.
I know.
They should put that on our money.
Karmic justice, don't worry. The last time he saw them.
To be a scientist is to be naive. We are so focused on our search for truth, we fail to consider how few actually want us to find it.
So true.
Where I once would fear the cost of truth, now I only ask, what is the cost of lies?
Everything. Okay, wait. Valery Legasov took his own life at the age of 51 on April 26th. Oh my god, 2 years after the main event. Exactly 2 years after the explosion at Chernobyl. Wow. Hats off to you, my man. You are a hero. The audio tapes of Legasov's memoirs were circulated among the Soviets' scientific community. His suicide made it impossible for them to be ignored. In the aftermath of his death, Soviet officials finally acknowledged the design flaws of the RBMK nuclear reactor. The reactors were retrofitted to prevent an accident like Chernobyl from happening again. Legasov was aided by dozens of scientists who worked tirelessly alongside him at Chernobyl. Wow, look at them coming together. Some spoke out against the official account of events and were subject to denunciation, arrest, and imprisonment. The character of Ulana Komyak was created to represent them all and to honor their dedication and service to truth and humanity. Look at her. Powerful woman. Boris Sherbina died on August 22nd, 1990. 4 years and 4 months after he was sent to Chernobyl. Oh, look at them. Accurate representation in the show. For their roles in Chernobyl disaster, Viktor Brukhanov, Anatoly Dyatlov, and Nikolai Fomin were sentenced to 10 years hard labor. Not enough. After his release, Nikolai Fomin returned to work at a nuclear power plant in Kalinin, Russia. Dyatlov died from radiation-related illness in 1995. Good. I don't care. Valery Komachuk's body was never recovered. He's permanently entombed under Reactor 4. Oh. The firefighter's clothing still remains in the basement of Pripyat Hospital. It's dangerously radioactive to this day. That's what I wanted to know. 582. Look at that increasing. Following the death of her husband and daughter, suffered multiple strokes. Doctors told her she would never be able to bear a child. This is actually Chernobyl. They were wrong. Oh my God, she lives with her son in Kiev. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Of the people who watched from the railway bridge, it has been reported that none survived. Oh my God. It is known as the Bridge of Death. That means all that family. 400 miners worked around the clock for 1 month to prevent a total nuclear meltdown. It is estimated that at least 100 of them died before the age of 40. I can't. It has been widely reported that 3 divers who drained the bubbler tanks died as a result of their heroic actions. In fact, all 3 survived after hospitalization. 2 are still alive today. Over 600,000 people were conscripted to serve the exclusion zone. Despite widespread accounts of sickness and death as a result of radiation, the Soviet government kept no official records of their fate. The contaminated region of Ukraine and Belarus, known as exclusion zone, ultimately encompassed 2,600 kilometers. Approximately 300,000 people were displaced from their homes. They were told this was temporary. It is still forbidden to return. Mikhail presided over the Soviet Union until its dissolution in 1991. In 2006, he wrote, "The nuclear meltdown at Chernobyl was perhaps the true cause of the collapse of the Soviet Union." In 2017, work was completed on the new safe confinement at Chernobyl at a cost of nearly $2 billion. It is designed to last 100 years. My God. Following the explosion, there was a dramatic spike in cancer rates across Ukraine and Belarus. The highest increase was among children, of course. It's so sad. We will never know the actual human cost of Chernobyl. Most estimates range from 4,000 to 93,000 deaths. The official Soviet death toll, unchanged since 1987, is 31. Oh my God. That's why they've collapsed. In memory of all those who suffered and sacrificed. Damn! That is the entirety of Chernobyl. Holy crap. I could not have experienced a better way of this show than they did. I think it is brilliant the way they did. I feel like they have covered almost every single element of this disaster to the T in terms of what really unfolded. and to think that, you know, their efforts weren't in vain. The truth will always come out, no matter what you think you have control over, your power. Ultimately, the union has collapsed. And if they think that it was Chernobyl events, well and good, had to happen. So it's like the idea that power comes from, you know, like I think the best thing is power is not power, knowledge is power sort of thing. And you might think that you're so powerful enough to destroy all these evidence, but in factual, it will come out. It will wait till the end of time to reveal itself and take down everything that has been built. And that is so strong. And I think that ending what Valerie said, that what would be the cost of these lies if there was another reactor, the 3 reactors that are still running despite these events, completely ignoring that shit would not happen, like say in today's time. Hope not. But it's the fact that how people can be so oblivious to the signs, to the evidence, to everything that has happened. And I mean, if they have written that the death toll was 31 since 1987, oh my God. The cost of lies, I really like that. I think that should be printed on in any currency. What is the cost of lies? Like, oh, the dialogue was phenomenal. The acting was splendid. The directing is outstanding. I mean, now, like, of course I've watched Craig Mazin naturally in first The Last of Us, and I already know him working with Neil Druckmann in that regard. Was like, okay, shit, it's The Last of Us. It's like my, you know, something that I hold well and dear. And I forgot that he was part of Chernobyl. So when I saw his name the first time around, I was like, oh my God, yeah, you were like a big part in, you know, making the series. And it didn't strike me, and I was just like, you know what, I think it's going to be really good. And boy, it exceeded expectations more than I would have experienced in such a, I think this was like a proper mini series telling hardcore truth. And I think it's self-explanatory. This is not something that you can just brush it under the cover. It's eventually going to come out and it's going to bite you in the ass, and here we are. But it's forbidden to go to Chernobyl, like to get there, and how much of disaster and impacts even the people who were on that bridge, because of the ashes that were coming onto them, because it had elements of graphite. Oh God. And all the children who are suffering from this, and high spike in cancer rates. My God. Like, that's, you know, at least the story is being told and we're not forgetting in that way. Lord. But that was really, really good. I learned a lot about this disaster. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and let me know down in the comments what I should watch next. But until then, stay safe, and yeah, see you in the next one, I guess. Bye.